Well. Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone's doing good. Sunday night, 8 p.m. It's beautiful Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. If you hadn't done anything for your mother, shame on you. If your mother's no longer here, I feel for you. And if you never had a mother, well, I'm trying to wonder how that worked. Anyway, so welcome everybody. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Tonight, I'm going to try to keep things moving. I'm going to try my best to make sure I'm answering comments and reading the chat and giving everybody a shout out. Tonight, we're going to talk about what's in the box. What's in the box. And so what I really mean by what's in the box is what's in my dry box. What do I keep in my dry box when I go out on the water? A lot of times, people put things in there that are different than other people, but this is my dry box. It's a simple dry box I got from Walmart a long time ago, and I kind of put the name of my boat on there and everything. And why it's called a dry box is obviously it keeps your stuff dry, and how it does it is on the inside of the lid it has a gasket, and once you clamp that down, then that gasket keeps things dry for you. I know I didn't really need to explain that, but just in case we got some people in here that don't know what a dry box is. So let's go ahead and start by hitting that thumbs up button and clicking subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, we're going to be doing these shows every Sunday night, and I put out videos every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. right before Patriot Catfishers of America. Hopefully he comes in here tonight so that you can get warmed up and get ready to watch Patriot on live. And then lastly, go ahead and share that. Share this link out. Even if people don't watch it tonight live, they can watch it at another time. So I'm gonna go ahead and give some people shout outs. I see Muskrat Adventures in here, Catfish Headhunters, Maurice Kaysen, John Patrick III, Justin's Fishing Fetish, KB Anglers, K&B Anglers. Let's see, who else we got up here? Mike Greenwell. Come on. Everybody chime in on chat if you're in here so I can see you. Chime in. B Cross. I saw Mrs. Catfish Headhunters in here. I saw Avid Fisherman in here. See, I know Sampy's in here. Sampy, Mike Sampson. There's old James Dockery, Doc as I like to call him. Jason Lamb. Come on, let's keep him rolling. Betty Jean, how are you doing? Wicked Whiskers. Chad, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, tell your friends to subscribe. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your doctor, tell your lawyer, tell your sister. Cool. Richard Shook, how you doing, buddy? I see 18 people in here. Only got 16 thumbs up. Come on, we can do that. Skip Stewart, how you doing, buddy? Who else is in here? Chime in. If you're just coming in, chime in. 19. All right, let's get 20. I'm going to start with the box when we get to 20. Oh, somebody went out. Oh, man. Hey, listen, while we're waiting on people to come in, Buckeye, how you doing, buddy? Jim? Listen, if you didn't catch Norm's show last night, he gave away some awesome prizes, didn't he? Those of you who were in there, man, he gave away, him and Mary, his wife, Mrs. Catfish Headhunters. Hey, Stan Brown, just saw you came in. They gave away an electric fillet knife, and I actually picked the perfect number and won it. However, I already own one. You see it right back there on the shelf, that Bubba electric fillet knife. So somebody else won it, and then his loving wife gave away a $30 gift card to the store of their choice. So cool. Hey y'all, do me a favor, text the regulars, tell them to come in here. Tell them let's go. I'm going to text one right now. I'm live. Let Let's see. No, I won't. I'm not gonna say anything about that, Skip. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. Where's Sampy? Sampy in here? Where's old Mike Sampson? Oh, cool. Again, happy Mother's Day. If you're just now coming in, welcome. Um, you know, we're doing this every Sunday night just to, have some outlet to talk about catfishing and all kinds of fishing. Talk about the Lord. There's Sampy. Talk about the Lord, and just share everyone's channel. Talk about fishing and just have fun. So there are a couple other shows I want to mention. You got Catfish Weekly on Monday with Lyle. And then I think JR is in there with him now as his co-host. Then you got SmackDown Catfishing on Tuesday. And then you got on Wednesday, you got the Ultimate Live Show, Patriot Catfishers of America, that I was privileged to be a guest on last week. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And then Thursday, I'm not sure who's on Thursday, but Avid usually comes on. He pops on every once in a while. And then Avid Fisherman Dana on Friday evening. He had Junior Proctor, Blue Dog Catfishing on there. That was a great show. You did a great job, buddy. Lots of good information. I know I learned a lot because I asked a lot of questions. And then last night you had Norm and Paris was on. Paris, I can't remember what day your show was on, but he was on there. And then, you got me on Sunday night. So pretty much every day of the week, you can count that you can go live and talk about fishing. Isn't that awesome? Only in America, right? I'm sure you can do it other places, but we'll just go ahead and claim that we're the best. Ain't that right, Patriot? So, tonight's show. I made this thing, so I might as well use it. What's in the box? What's in the box? The dry box. So I use a dry box for, I use the dry box just for everyday things. Every time I go out fishing, I'll take them out there with me. And then I use it for emergency things. Hey, Lyle, how you doing? And so I'm just going to share what I take out there with me. And this is by no means like what everyone should take, but it's just what I take. And if I give you an idea to take something out, then thumbs up. If you have a suggestion for me that I haven't heard of, go ahead and suggest it. A lot of times we're limited on what we can bring out by how much storage we have and how big a boat we have. And I know Lyle and Doc actually, when I first started watching the show, they, Doc had his tips at the end of the show, and he talked about things that you would keep. Hey, Michael Murillo, in the boat. Catfish and Crabby, how you doing, Justin? You would keep in the boat for whatever reason. So here's my what's in the box. And I know you can't see me take stuff out. I got it all organized and everything just for you. I even cleaned it out. First thing, especially catfishing. Actually, I use this more when I'm pan fishing because I use live bait. I use worms. Got to have the towel. I remember I went to Sam's Club. It's kind of like a Costco down here in South Carolina. I'm not sure where else Sam's is, but Sam's Club is kind of like your warehouse store. And I was getting some things to cook. I think I was cooking a low country boil for everybody, and I saw a pack of these towels, and there was like 50 towels in it. So I just bought it. And so I'll take out a handful of towels, and then I'll come back home and just throw them in the washing machine. And I don't know how that thing works. I just throw stuff in there, and then it ends up folded on the table. I'm just kidding. My wife washes laundry a lot for me. So yeah, it's just a kitchen towel. I don't care for the microfiber ones. My hands, and I'm gonna sound like a sissy saying this, but I like my hands to be clean, and then microfiber like clings to like your skin and stuff. I don't know. I'm just weird about that. I don't like stuff. I don't like the fuzzy blankets on my toes either. I don't know. It's weird. So anyway, a towel or 2 or 4. I also keep a large beach towel in a dry bag up under the seat just in case I get wet, and an extra shirt. Next thing, it just happens to be in here, is my my rig kit. That's what I keep extra dragging rigs, extra Santee rigs in there. It doesn't really have to be in there because it's really tackle, but it doesn't fit in my tackle box, and you know, I want it there. There's my lovely wife. Next thing, anybody know what this is? I'm sure most of you do. This is a oil filter remover. And so I don't have an oil filter on my engine, but I do have a water separator, like the Atwood ones that you get from Walmart. And so, you know, sometimes, especially if you haven't taken it off or you over tighten it, or your hands are slick, you know, because there's gas in it, maybe it will get slick up and you can't grab it. So this, you know, tightens down on it whenever you pull it, and it'll help you loosen it up. So yeah, there's that. The next one, I'm sure everybody has this. I have these little waterproof boxes. They have a little tassel on them so you can hang them or whatever. But this is just like a mini dry box. It has a gasket down in here. I keep a light. I got a few lighters. You know, it's just one of them, like one of those survival things that I've always just done. I can't get it to focus. Anyway, here we go. I always keep a lighter or two. You never know when you're gonna need to make fire. And that one's stuck on. Probably need to replace that lighter. So, and then inside of here, you know, I got my fishing license. Oops. Sorry about that. I got my fish, this is my motor registration. I got the boat registration, and I dropped it again. And I got my fishing license. Gotta have those. Always need to have those, and you always want to keep those dry. I don't like to keep them in my wallet because then they start sticking to each other, and the ink will start to run sometimes, and it starts to get faded. So I keep it in this little dry box here. And that just, you know, it keeps them all loose in there. And I put that lighter in there too. Get a first aid kit ready. Well, funny that you say that, because the next thing is a first aid kit. And I know these aren't the best things, so go ahead and save your comments. But it's just a little Walmart first aid kit. You know, I'm not going to pull all this out because it's professionally packed in there, and you know how that goes. Once you take it out, you're not getting it back in the way. But you know, you can get these at Walmart. I also have a bigger first aid kit that I keep like in the other storage area. But you can never have too many Band-Aids or gauze or tape or anything like that. Who's giving you the deep voice? What are you talking about? Like this? Y'all, we gonna talk about catfishing tonight. And I have another one of these things. This one has fuses, light bulbs, a couple batteries for my my scale in case that goes out. And I got this mini screwdriver just to help me pop fuses out in case they're hard to get out. And then, you know, any YouTuber's got to have an extra GoPro handle or whatever. It's funny watching these comments because, you know, I'll do something or say something, and then like a minute later, I'll see the response to it. So if I ever stop and like lose my train of thought, it's because I'm seeing an answer to something I said a minute ago. Anybody who does live feeds knows exactly what I'm talking about. All right, what do we got? Oh, you gotta have your little buff here. So this is one of those things that you put on your face to help protect your face from the sun. And this one's cool. It's got a little one of those things here. I guess I should wear this in the store. Now that people are wearing masks, I should take that to the store and wear it. I don't know. What do you think? So yeah, I actually last year I think I started developing an allergy to the sun. I don't know. I went out and I got a rash pretty much all over my body. And the only thing that I could think was it sun exposure, because I went fishing like 6 out of 7 days, you know, mostly over the summer. I go every day. And that's all I could think. And so if you see me in my videos now, I wear long pants. And when it starts to get really hot, I'll wear one of those dry, moisture wicking shirts. And then I'll have gloves on just to keep the sun off of me. Hey, Elston. Elston said I wear one of those all the time over my N95 mask. Okay. Catfish Crappy said, I wear my fishing buffs in the stores. They don't mess up my goatee as bad as a mask. Fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, a fishing buff, you know, is a must-have for me now. Next, I got a fillet knife. It's a pretty nice one too. Yeah, windburn for sure. I get windburn more than I get sunburn. Look, it's even got a scale on it. Isn't that nice? That's how you know it's been used. That's how you know I'm an actual fisherman, y'all. So this is a Sarge knife. Funny story. I went to the Palmetto Expo here in Columbia, and basically it's like a catfish conference, but it's outdoor. It's a whole outdoors conference, and they have boats, and they have they do, you know, turkey. It's during turkey season usually, so they have all kinds of turkey calls. I remember one year they had who is it? The gator people. What do you call that? You know, shoot them a little bit, shoot them. That guy, swamp people. They had them come up there. It's pretty fun. They have, you know, they'll come up there and they'll have little kiddie pools where kids can catch little baby catfish, little bullheads. And anyway, they had a table with knives. I guess this company was just started and they wanted to get their name out. So all the knives on their table were $5. $5, that's it. And, you know, I didn't get in there till late. So I got this one and some big behemoth of a knife that I've never ever used, but it looks cool as crap. If I ever have to defend myself in the apocalypse, I'm bringing that knife with me. But anyway, it's a good little knife. Bait knife. Not really a fillet knife, but anyway. What's next? Am I going too fast? Anybody have questions? I hope not. I never really push products too much because I don't get any money for doing it. But these Whisker Seeker fish grippers are the best grippers I've ever had. They work so well. I just like the features on it. For one, when the fish spins, the handle spins. I love that. And I know other fish grippers have similar technology, but I feel like these are the first ones I saw that incorporate all of the technologies that I've seen, except for the scale. They don't have a scale in them, and I'll show you why in a minute. But I love how you just pull them back, and then to close them, you know, when you got that fish down there, you don't want to have to push this closed. They just have a thumb button right there, and that's so cool. I love that. And it holds them really, really tight. It holds them really tight. So I got a video coming out soon where I catch a mudfish, a big one. Y'all might call it a bowfin. But that thing goes to spinning, and it must spin 20 times. But I'm just sitting there holding it, and it's just spinning around. So yeah, a good pair of fish grippers I keep in there. I used to use the plastic ones that everybody uses. But I had 2 sets, and my wife bought me one for Christmas, and I had bought one before that. And a fish, I think any fish over 25 pounds, like, they break them. So the white pair, I got the Rapalas. I think I got them from Palmetto State Armory. I clamped it on it, and then the fish spun and broke them in half. And then my wife got me an even better pair, and then the fish broke those too. They broke the lips off of them. So these work well. I like these a lot. And so with that, I bought this and what I think is the best scale on the market, the Whisker Seeker fish scale. It goes up to 110 pounds. It's got little wings on it. KB's actually used this. It's got the wings on it. Daggone it. So, you know, when you're picking up the fish, you can pick it up. It's like, I relate it to the iPhone. And I know not everybody likes Apple products, but they just work. Like, you know, this Ecamm Live software that I'm using, you just plug it in and it just works. It just, on my MacBook, I can plug my phone in and use it as a camera. I can plug it in to my it just works. So this thing just works. And again, listen, y'all, I would tell you if Whisker Seeker was giving me some money, because I would accept it. I don't use any of their rods because I think they're expensive. I think any catfish specific rod other than, you know, the cheap stuff and Ugly Stick is it's just too expensive for me. But yeah, they don't pay me. They're not paying me to do this. I wish. Maybe when I get more than 250 subscribers. But anyway, you just turn it on and it comes right on. And then, like, if you have something, let's say these fish grippers, for instance, you know, you got those on there. And once it stops, it holds and you click it again. And that's it. It zeroes it out. So anything else that you add to it is, you know, it's going to be that weight. So I pull on it and that's it. So then when you take them off, it goes back. And you can zero it out again. It just works. I love them. I love them. So if you've been waiting to spend the money, this scale is the best one I've ever had. I've had 2 or 3, and this one is the best one. So check that out. If you know anybody from Whisker Seeker, tell them that I'm saying this. So I don't know, maybe they'll send me a rod. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'd love to be sponsored. All right, everybody's got, these are my needle nose pliers that I use to take the hooks out. I do have 2 sets of needle nose pliers, but these are just the ones to take the hooks out. I like it. Well, shoot, they're a little bit broke. Sorry about that. But anyway, they have this spring in here, and that opens them back up. So you don't have to, like, you know, sometimes they'll get rusted, like your pliers will get rusted. I don't know if you've ever had one, and it's closed, and then you have to pull it apart. Well, this one doesn't do that. And the spring is broken. Oh well, made in China. Anyway, this is a good one. I'd rather have some that are angled so I can get in there, but that's what I got for right now. Gotta have a pair of scissors. These are just Cobalt scissors from Lowe's. I think they were in a bin for like $1, but they are sharp and they are quick. Let's see. I don't know what you guys are talking about, so I'm going to keep on going. All right, now I got a bag of stuff here. Good old Great Value quart Ziploc bag. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I scratched a hook and it broke off. So Muskrat, you're absolutely right. I'd never broken hook before, and actually I've said in a live stream, I don't know, I think it might have either been with Avid or Lyle, that I had never broken a hook, and I don't see what people are talking about. Well, I did. I broke one in a video, an upcoming video that comes out later this month. So yeah, got to be careful with that. I got a knife sharpener because reasons. Why not? If you got a knife on the boat, you're using it all the time, why not have a knife sharpener? Seems common sense. I got a multi-tool because, again, reasons. Why not? It's got all kinds. It's got screwdriver. And, you know, I guess it's a little overkill because I have other tools, but why not? If I got the room for it. I have some twine or rope. You never know what you're going to use this for. You just never know. It's kind of like paracord. How people always take paracord when they have those paracord bracelets, which I had one in here. You just never know what you're going to use it for. Oh, you got the same sharpener, KB? Yeah, that's a good one. Let's see. Smith's knife sharpener. I wonder if it floats. I don't know. I've never tried it. And then I got a good old, this is a Harbor Freight special. A Allen key set. Pittsburgh. They just fold out and I have all the Allen keys on here. Because you never know when you're going to need an Allen key. Alright, so that's in that bag. It's really not that big of a box. I just had it packed up really good. Like seriously, I went and organized it today. You can ask Anna. I did. Let's see, Muskrat's been preaching it for a while. Switched hooks because I saw scratches from them offsetting the hooks. Oh, okay. I'll show it to you again, Muskrat. Those key sets are great. Yeah, they sure are. I have 2 or 3 of them, and I have one that has a star bit set on it. I guess that's what you call it. And I have one with the square. I don't know what it's called. Forgive me. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not even a carpenter. I'm barely a fisherman. So anyway, all right. Then I have these little boxes that I just save all the time. And I put these in here because even in the dry box, sometimes moisture gets to them. And so, you know, they'll start to rust. And I don't want my tools rusting because then they're worthless. Mary said, when you use it fishing, you'll never get it all back together. Sort of like using a new tent. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to take the first aid kit apart, because you'll never get it back in there. I use my finger to get hooks out. Yeah, I do. I try my finger first before I try the pliers, and usually it works. But you know, sometimes, especially them little flatheads, they get it right through their. Ooh, I hit my nose there. They get it straight through their skull. Yeah, star bits, Torx bits. Thank you, Nitro Whiskers Catfishing. Oh, everybody that won stuff last week, I sent it out on Friday, so you probably get it Monday or Tuesday. Next. Wire strippers. Wire strippers. I always have those. Thankfully, I haven't had to use them, but you never know. And you know, sometimes this is the way I think about it. I may not need this. I may not need this out on the boat. But if I encounter somebody that may need it, I'll have it. So, you know, I'm not trying to get all holier than thou and saying that I'm thinking of others also. But I am, you know, if I have it there and it doesn't take up much space, this box is, you know, not that big at all. I know it seems like it is, but, you know, why not have it? And somebody in distress might need it. And then here's my needle nose pliers to fix stuff with. And all this stuff is cheap, y'all. So what I did is I went to Harbor Freight and Walmart, and they have a bin of screwdrivers, and they're 88 cents a piece. These pliers were probably $1. So I picked them up. Workforce. I've never heard of Workforce, but it doesn't matter. They're gonna do what I need to do when I need to do it. So they're a good set of needle nose pliers. Got to have a crescent wrench, especially if you know, for your battery terminals. I don't carry the big one because space, But I got one. And then I got a pair of snips. I know that those needle nose pliers have some snips on it, but they're terrible. And these are a lot better. And again, Walmart, 88 cents or 90 cents or something like that. Cool. Yeah, I see we got 30 in the room. That's awesome. Thank you guys for coming in. I think that's the most we've had so far. And I'm going to need you guys here in a minute because I'm almost done. I knew that was going to happen, though. I knew that I was going to finish because it isn't that big of a box. See what I'm talking about? I'm already trying to fit all these things back in here, and I can't remember how I did it. I can do that later, though. I'm sitting here trying to figure it out. Y'all aren't in here to see that. See, I can't get it closed. Oh, well. I'll do it later. All right. Last thing here. And luckily, so it's another one of those, you know, what do you call it? Plano boxes that anytime that I stop using the tackle box or, some of those tackle boxes, they come with the Plano boxes and you just don't need them. I keep them all. You never know. And today I found out that I did need them. So here's another invaluable tool. Some pliers. Again, you see the red handle. All these red handle tools came from Walmart. And if you go over to the tools section, excuse me. If you go over to the tools section, these are really cheap. These are probably like $1.50, you know. And you know, the more you have them out, though, they get rusted, but you're paying $1.50, and I just soak them in WD-40 every once in a while, and as you can see, they work just fine, and they're on the boat all the time. They don't come out. This this box, you know, these pliers were down in the bottom, and I only took them out today just to make sure I knew everything that's in there. So I do have electrical tape. That's actually in my tackle box. So this is just what's in my dry box. But yeah, electrical tape, a flare gun, or possibly an air horn. So I don't have an air horn. I don't have a flare gun. I think the flare gun is a little overkill, to be honest with you, Norm. To each his own, though. To each his own. Now, if I were going offshore, yeah, flare gun, I think you have to have one. But what was the other thing? Yeah, electrical tape. I got the crescent wrench. I already showed you the crescent wrench. And an air horn. Yeah, you're supposed to have a whistle. So I have a whistle on my boat, but I guess an air horn wouldn't be too bad. So we're required to have a fire extinguisher and a boat over 17 foot. You have to have a throwable device. Everybody has to have a Coast Guard approved life jacket. You have to have a whistle. And an oar. You have to have a boat paddle. And so I actually have two boat paddles. I already went over the fuses, Muskrat. Guys, you got to pay attention. No, I probably went over that earlier. Yeah, the fuses are somewhere over here. There it is. So my fuses are in one of these things. So how about this? I'll run back through everything as I'm putting it right in there. There you go. So then, obviously, flathead screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver. Yeah, marine radio, that's a little overkill too. Great outdoors. I don't think you need it inshore. But those are again, Walmart tools. No problem, Muskrat. You keep on doing you. And then I got another lighter. Let's see if this one. Hey, that one works. I got a razor knife. Boop, razor knife. So that makes 3 or 4 cutting tools I have in here. Here's another one. Just a regular knife. Cheap little knife. And then this is something maybe people don't have. Maybe people have is a wire brush. Maybe you don't have that. But yeah, a wire brush. You know, especially if you haven't checked your battery in a while. Maybe something will stop working because you got that buildup on the posts, and then you know, you just rub that off. So yeah, that's it. So to address some of the comments in there, phone charger, yeah. So this is my dry box. This is stuff that I don't use all the time. Other than the first few things that I took out, like my scale, even the scale I don't use that often, unfortunately. My fish grippers and my tackle, I use that all the time. But the things like the tools, I don't use very often. The fuses, I don't use very often. The licenses and stuff, they're just there when I need them. I just don't need it. So I put it in the dry box. That way, whenever I'm going fishing, I pick it up, and that's kind of like my safe kit. And I'll show you again. Now that it's empty. So here's the box. It's got a little clamp on the end. That's it. This is an old one too. They don't even make them like this anymore. They make them more out of a thin plastic now. This one's heavy duty. Yeah, I like that one. So just to run back through. So I got my wire brush. Oh yeah, I was gonna say my phone charger. My battery bank, my camera equipment, my batteries, all that stuff is in kind of like a filming bag that I have. I put all that in a separate bag. TP is in that bag to keep it dry. Actually, I have I don't bring TP with me. I have some wet wipes, flushable wet wipes, and I know they don't break down as much, but they last longer, and you know, they're already wet. So I keep those in a package. I get them from Walmart. They're in a 98-cent little pack, just to have out there, because you know, when nature calls. And you know, when you got females on the boat, you know, they need it. You know, that's one thing out on the boat that we got going for us guys. We can just stand up and go, and unless you have the you go girl like I got my wife, they can't stand up and just go. Yes, we're talking about urinating on the boat. But you guys are talking about catfish and crappie TP or paper towels. Paper towels, yeah, that's a little much. Again, I got a little boat, and so I'm just taking the necessities. Now I do have a dry bag, and that's another thing. I don't even take that off the boat because of the nature of the word dry bag. It stays dry all the time, and I got a t-shirt in there. I got a rain jacket. I got a beach towel. You know, just in case I get wet, I got something to dry off. So instead of TP, paper towels, yeah. I've tried paper towels. Now the TP, I used to carry TP in a gallon Ziploc bag, and I kind of like air sealed it. But for some reason, it's still deteriorated. You know, maybe there's air getting in there. I don't know. But I'm gonna run back through this real quick for those of you who missed. Got lighters, screwdrivers, let's see, pliers, and I got a razor knife, an Allen key set, a regular knife, a multi-tool because I got room for it. Let's see, we got your bait scissors. I got my Whisker Seeker scale, which is really cool. If you don't have one, I highly suggest it if you weigh fish. My Whisker Seeker fish grips, magic. I got a knife sharpener. I got my licenses, another lighter, and my fishing license, my boat registration, my motor registration in a dry place. I always have it. I got a first aid kit. I actually have two first aid kits. This is just a small one. I got a bigger one that stays on the boat. Fillet knife. Ooh. Fish pliers. Here's all my fuses and light bulbs. I got fuses. I got light bulbs. for like trailers, and then I got a couple AAA batteries in there. And then let's see, I got my fishing buff. If you didn't see it, I'll show it to you. It's pretty cool. And then I got a oil filter wrench to take loose my water filter, my water separator, in case that's on too tight. Got to have a rag. And then I got, let's see, wire strippers, needle nose pliers, crescent wrench, and drop that in the trash, and snips. That's what I keep in the box, y'all. So, other things I do have on the boat, I have an extra prop on the boat. I have 2 paddles. I have more rags, 2 anchors. I got a throwable. Of course, you got my life jackets on there. I got another first aid kit on there. I got my dry bag, which I mentioned. I think that's about it. So I guess live stream over. All right, bye, guys. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. No duct tape. In my tackle box, I have a few more small tools. I have another knife in there, and I have electrical tape in my dry box. And you know, my wife is still talking about pee. Leave it up to her to still talk about pee. But you know, luckily where I go out, it's highly trafficked, and I know most people don't use luckily with highly trafficked, but in the safety sense, you know, you're not going to be by yourself long. You know, somebody's going to be coming by, and even if you're in a back creek, our back creeks in the Cooper River all lead to the Navy base. So, you know, you're close to people a lot. Our lake is big, but it's not that big, and I don't go out there when there's shady conditions. When it's really windy on Lake Moultrie, you do not want to be out there. I don't care what kind of boat you got. So yeah, you know, all these other suggestions are great. What other suggestions do you guys have? I know somebody said a flare gun. I think Norm said flare gun. You know, that's something to invest in. How expensive are those? Are those really expensive? Somebody said, yeah, flashlight. Flashlight would be good. Yeah, that's something that I don't have as a flashlight. That's a good one. Emergency. You made an emergency build pump. Okay. Duct tape, spotlight. I have a spotlight, but room is and you know, if I were to go Orajel and super glue. Okay. I'm getting sidetracked. So if I were to go out night fishing, I'd definitely take a spotlight for sure, Lyle. Ziploc bags for bait. Okay, that's a good one. Snacks. Can't forget the snacks. You know, I really I don't eat out on the boat. You know, for the same reasons that my wife is talking about. But I saw another one. What is it? What was it that I liked? Yeah, Chad said he's got a gun on his boat, but it doesn't have flares. Yeah, I do have a concealed weapons permit, so I do take that with me. Flex seals so I can float on a screen door. Okay. So yeah, if you're a lady, if you haven't checked out the You Go Girl, go on Amazon.com and click on and type that in, You Go Girl. And if you're a dude, then go get one for the ladies in your life. They'll thank you for it. So it's clean, and I'll let Anna. She's probably already been talking about it, but it's pretty cool. You know, it's really pretty cool. You know, hopefully here soon. You know, we got a big announcement coming up. I'm super excited about it. Some of you probably already guessed what's going on, but that's all I'm going to say about it. There's a super exciting thing coming up, and hopefully I'll be able to tell you about it on Friday. So we will see. Also, I do want to say something. Next weekend, next Sunday, it won't look as good. I won't be able to use this DSLR because I'm going to have a guest on the show. And I don't want to make my guests download Skype. In order to have a guest on this program, they have to download Skype. But the legendary Lyle Stokes will be live with Palmetto Cats next Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Yeah, your boy got Catfish Weekly himself on here. So why did I pick Lyle? Well, why not pick Lyle? For one, right, Lyle? Why not pick Lyle? And hopefully Cindy will be with him too. He, to my knowledge, he's the first one to start that. I'm trying to let me not look at comments. He started the whole live catfishing show thing. So yeah, why not have the originator, the alpha, on the show for my first ever guest? I love Catfish Weekly. I love what it's about. I love that Lyle invites people on to Catfish Weekly and he's not afraid to disagree with them, but then he's civil with them after that. So, you can come on there and you can talk about your opinions and you don't have to agree with the host to be on the show. I love that. I love that because we can be civil to each other and we can be polite to each other without agreeing on everything. Life is better when you have disagreement because you get to hear more perspectives than your own. If your own perspective is the only thing that you see, then you haven't learned anything and you never will learn anything. So I think it's going to be awesome. Yes, that's right. The OG. The OG. Wow, are you still in here? Yes. Anna said technically she was my first guest. Yes, that's true. That's true. But no, you weren't a guest. You were a co-host, honey. You were a co-host. Yeah. Yep, there he is. Oh, Lyle Stokes. We're going to have a blast. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. I don't really have anything on the agenda other than we're going to talk about why he started live streams, how he got started, what are the difficulties he came up with. Lyle, are you taking notes? Or you got Cindy there taking notes for you? We're going to talk about all those things, the difficulties, the challenges, how things used to be. And I love something else today. And I'm jumping because squirrel ran by. Keith on fishing and stuff, he did something today that I respect a lot. He made a video about making your own jig molds or making, soft plastic molds. And then he didn't just do it his way. He went and found a fella that has been making them for years and watched how he did it the old way. And I super respect that. But not only that, he didn't just go and watch him do it and say, "Oh, that's cool. I'm going to do it my way." He actually took the tips that he learned and he incorporated them into his design. I think that's awesome. I think that's what it's all about. You can't forget about the past. And I'm talking about Lyle like he's ancient. He's not that old, right, Lyle? You're not that old. But it's a different generation from me. Catfishing has always been around, but it hasn't always been big. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the reason catfishing has got big is because there's been more attention brought to it by people like Lyle Stokes, but like Cindy Stokes, like Doc, like Patriot Catfish, like Patriot James, like Avid, all these people that are bringing it out, like Steve Douglas. So Steve Douglas is the OG of making the YouTube videos. I'd love to have Steve on there. Did y'all see he put out a new video today? Old Steve still got it. He put it out. So yeah, I'm gonna pay tribute to Lyle and Cindy, and hopefully Doc will come in there and watch that, and we're just gonna have a lot of fun. Tell everybody about it. Get the buzz started. I'm gonna try to make a cool thumbnail. I gotta find a good picture of Lyle. Lyle, if you got a good picture, send it to me through Facebook, and so I'll make a pretty cool thumbnail for you. If you haven't, yeah, I saw Chris Flores stream today. I didn't get to watch it, but I'll go back and watch it later. If you don't already subscribe to Catfish Weekly, you don't know what you're missing. You know, you think, you know, there's 27 people in here tonight, but man, you know, he's got 50 to 100, 150 in the chat room, and you get to meet a lot more people. So yeah, go subscribe to Catfish Weekly. Go subscribe to Patriot James, and that's my next guest, if he's willing. Is Patriot James. So it's gonna be Lyle, and then the next guest, whenever, I don't know when that's gonna be, is going to be Patriot James. And listen, if you guys want to be a guest on the show, if you want to come on and just talk and chit chat, you know, it's hard coming up with these ideas every week. You know, I've been pretty consistent with these thumbnails coming out and picking topics, but this one was a tough one. This one was a tough one. As you can see, you know, you go through your stuff pretty quick, and you can plan it out in your head all you want, but it only took, what, 35 minutes, 40 minutes to get through the whole box. So now then you got to vamp, or you can just cut it short, I guess, but you know, that's no fun. So anyway, yeah, Avid says, trust me, I know. So that's why I try to go into these live streams with questions ready to go. And I feel like sometimes, especially on Avid's show, that I get annoying, and Norm's show that I get annoying. But you know, I'm just trying to get those questions cranked out. So if you got questions, go ahead and throw them out here, and I'll try to answer them the best that I can. So yeah, questions. Let me see if I got anything in here. So I saw that Mary, and she went and subscribed to Catfish Weekly. So there you go. Keeps it interesting. Okay, cool. I'm making it better. Thanks, Avid. Cool. Well, I'll come in there and I'll have a lot more questions. So here's a question for you all. I've been toying around with the idea, and hopefully the intro came through. So at the beginning, I played this intro. And I can't hear it. So I hope that the sound came through. That's the intro to all my videos. I played that in the beginning, but what I'm thinking about, let me know if you think this is a good idea. I'm thinking about doing a pre-live stream. So starting about, 15 minutes early and playing an upcoming video before the live stream starts. What do you guys think about that? So a video that hasn't been released, and only the people that come in halfway through or before it starts can see it. What do you guys think about that? I think it may be cool. So here's an example. This is an upcoming video of mine. And I'm going to fast forward through it. So this is a video I edited yesterday. Ooh, look at that pull down. So like I take a video, that video doesn't come out till June. So, for those people, you know how some people have like paid YouTube accounts where you get special content and releases, but not paid. So you get to come in and watch a video that hadn't come out. Now, the only way that would work for me is if maybe, you know what, I got a better idea. Instead of showing you a video, because I don't want to lose your views, y'all. I don't want to lose your views when the video actually does come out. So maybe what I'll do is I'll put short videos out for Sunday live streams that no one else gets to see. That's what I'm going to do. So I just got to find some content and make that content available. Maybe put some bloopers in there, or talk about my gear or stuff like that before the channel starts. That's what I'm going to do. And then when the channel starts, I'm going to have me a kind of like, I played the channel introduction last week, and that's my channel introduction for for newcomers to the channel, and it's kind of like a montage of all my fish from last year. But I can't use it because I got a copyright. It wasn't a copyright strike, but that whole song, I don't own the rights to it. So if I ever get monetized, then I can't use that one. A Chunky Cat's out. That's why I don't really put an intro in there. The only intro I have is just that little short 5-second intro. That's it. But anyway, I can do a blooper reel before the show. Yeah, something like that. A blooper reel, or, you know, just like a get to know me better, so that, you know, maybe people will see where I'm coming from. I don't know. We'll see. And then I'm going to have an intro video when the live stream actually starts. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble. Avid's in here. Let's see. Michael says, I want to do a blooper reel like Bill Dance. Well, I don't have as many follies. You know, I don't have as many follies as Bill Dance. And I guess he has so many volleys because he had a film crew following him, and they filmed everything. So nothing gets filmed unless I press record. So I don't have all mine in there. Catfish Crapper said, yeah, intros, you know, I think there's a couple YouTubers out there that they could shorten up their intros and make it a lot more interesting. I like what I'm doing because, like I said, that little intro that I did, you know, this is what. Let me see what the time is on it. 5-6 seconds. 6-second intro. It puts the logo out there. It tells you who I am. You know that tune. Every time I talk about my YouTube channel every time I do my YouTube channel for one of my friends, they sing that. They know that sound. They know that intro song. So that brands me. The logo brands me. The song brands me. And you know it's coming. You just don't know if it's coming before my intro or after my little intro to the video. You do need branding for your viewers, but your branding doesn't need to be 3 minutes long. Your branding doesn't need to be, you know, even 2 minutes long or a minute long. I'd say 10 to 15 seconds at max. At max. You know, because you got to think about where you're broadcasting to. If you're broadcasting in YouTube, new people to your channel, you have a trailer, okay? And so that trailer should be, you know, what they go to if it's the first time visiting your channel. You want to do right by your continued subscribers. And this is coming from somebody with, you know, 250 subscribers, so I'm a nobody. But I think I'm putting this information on there based on what I like and dislike. And if I'm coming back to your channel over and over and over again, and I have to watch the same, you know, 30 to a minute clip of this song and the same highlights every single time, then like Elstan said, I'm going to fast forward through it to get to the action. And sometimes when they fast forward through stuff, they miss stuff. You know, If I hadn't seen a fish when I'm fast forwarding, I keep going. I don't know what that does for your watch time, if anything, but you know, you want people to watch your whole video. So this great content should overweigh an intro. Absolutely. You know, keep it short. You know, and we're not talking, well, I'm not talking about like your intro, like, hey, this is Kevin, Palmetto Cats. Today I'm in the river. It's, you know, mid-March, whatever. Ooh, somebody gave me a thumbs down. I made somebody mad. But yeah, I'm not talking about that intro. I'm talking about the intro, like we just talked about, you know, your music or whatever. Anyway, I've rambled on about that too much. Nitro, I can tell from being in the other room if Catfish Dave is hooked up because I hear the banjos. Yeah, so that brands him, right? That brands him. Those banjos brand him, and you know when he's got a fish on. He just caught a big one today. Oh, man. I don't know if you got Facebook, but, man, them boys have been talking some drama on there. I don't even want to get into that. But that's something you won't see me do is do that drama stuff on Facebook. But anyway, listen, it's been an hour and a minute. I've had a fantastic time, man. This time flies, and you know, Norm just reminded me of something. I'm gonna do a giveaway in just a second. Oh man, my friends are watching. My friends here in town, so I'm gonna say hey to Jennifer and Gavin and Isaac. How are you guys doing? So they said they're going to help me out with the flashlight. So Norm, looks like I might get a flashlight. But I do have a flashlight. I just didn't have it on the boat. But I'm going to do a giveaway in just a second. But before I do, sorry, Norm just reminded me of something. I do want you guys, I'm going to plug this because a lot of people still, after last week's show, people are asking me for t-shirts. And I want to make sure that everybody knows where they can get them. So teespring.com, and you can just search Palmetto Cats, or you can look on my Facebook page. So if you haven't joined my Facebook page, go over there and join it. And most of us do. So Norm and Catfish Weekly and Avid and Patriot, all of us have... and everybody does, so I'm sorry if I'm missing people, but all of us have YouTube or Facebook pages, sorry, and I have an Instagram page too. But on there, and I'll go back to this view right here, you can click on the link and you can get the different shirts. And I got a bunch. I got hoodies, I got stickers, I got different kinds of my logo. This one I made up, which is pretty cool. It's based on the dragging, drifting, trolling, bumping. These are some of my favorite things. But anyway, go check it out. You know, if you want some merch, go check that out. Tonight, I'm going to give away a sticker. And y'all have to forgive me. I got a little sinus congestion, so if you hear me snorting or whatever, that's why. I'm going to give away a sticker. And I know probably people are wondering... you know, why not a t-shirt? Well, guys, I'm t-shirted out. Those things, so the t-shirts cost me about $5 to make because I have everything already, and it cost me $6.50 to ship. So I'm gonna cool it for the t-shirts. I think I mailed 10 out this last week, and that gets expensive. Not 10, but you know, enough over this week and last. So stickers cost me 98 cents to mail out. So I'm going to give away a sticker. and I want to try something. No, I'm not going to do that. So we're going to do that. They're going to do that number system. So Avid just wrote in LOL. So after Avid's LOL, I want y'all to pick a number between 1 and 50. Go for it. 1 and 50. Yep, check out Norm. He has a Teespring site too. The Teespring site wasn't hard to set up. The hardest thing is making sure you have a high quality image to put on there. The higher quality image, the larger the image, the bigger you can print it. So I know how to do that. If you need some help, please don't pick more than one number, Mr. Gadget. That's silly. Please stop doing that. So, Mr. Gadget, I'll let you try one more time. It's 1 through 50. You guys didn't listen. 1 through 50. Did I? All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and pick, guys. I got some craziness going on. So, let's see. Generate 18. You won't be able to see it, but just trust me. 18. Let's see. Who had 18? Instead of me scrolling up, do y'all know who had 18? Closest to 18 without going over? Closest to 18 without going over. That's all right, Muskrat. No big deal. Catfish and Crappie had 17. Did anybody have 18? All right, looks like Catfish and Crappie is the winner. So go ahead and check. And he has an Instagram too, y'all, and a YouTube channel and a Facebook. Go check out Catfish and Crappie. He's got some good stuff on there. Go check him out. Cool, no 18s. Excellent. So Catfish and Crappie, you know how to get in touch with me. Facebook, send me your address, and I'll get that out to you probably tomorrow since it's easy to mail. But anyway, again, thank you to everyone who came in here. I think this was our most successful night on live. And be sure to check out my Instagram and my Facebook because I got big news coming. And then next Sunday night, the one and only Lyle Stokes, and hopefully Cindy. Cindy, I want you, I know she's not in here, but Lyle, bring Cindy with you because behind every good man is a better woman. So bring Cindy with you, and we'll just have a blast on here. We'll have a blast. Everybody, make sure you look for that link. Tomorrow, Catfish Weekly is live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 7 in the other mid people. I don't know who y'all are, but and then you got SmackDown on Tuesday night. You got Patriot Catfishers of America on Wednesday night. Avid takes up 2 nights because he's just that awesome. And then you got Norm from she won't be there. Dang it. All right. Oh well. You got Norm for what's the name of your show? Catfish Headhunter. Sorry, Norm, I went blank. On Saturday night. And then Paris is on here. So I didn't see Paris tonight. So if he was here, I'd plug his show. Y'all, thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed night. Let's go ahead and check it out. My wife cut my hair, y'all. Didn't she do a good job? Let's go to Lord prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you again for another successful live stream. Thank you for the opportunity to do this, to reach out and share with people, and hopefully, Lord, bring someone to you. And Lord, let anyone in here that doesn't know you, Lord, let them reach out to me or someone else to get to know you. Lord, we just thank you again that we live in this great country, the United States of America, that we're able to participate in fishing and recreating and just exercising our right to go out and do as we wish, Lord. We just thank you, and we pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, y'all. Peace in the Middle East. That's what we used to say anyway. Peace, peace, peace.